Hi, my name is Jim Logan, and I am the clarinet professor at Towson University, and I serve also as Associate Principal Clarinet of the United States Navy Band in Washington, D.C. And when trying to review topics to discuss for clarinetists, or a clarinetist perspective concerning Malcolm Arnold's Divertimento for flute, clarinet, and oboe, I decided to focus on three extremely important aspects of clarinet playing that I find discussing with students very, very frequently. And those are in three areas. One, articulation. Two, soft entrances in the high register. And three, practice techniques to help develop finger speed and accuracy. So one aspect of clarinet playing that I see a number of students struggle with, and I certainly did as a young player, is in the area of articulation. And why, you might ask, that one particular aspect of playing versus all the others. The reason, I believe, is that getting to the bottom of the issue or the problem involves hearing, not seeing. When the fingers are popping way off the keys, it's a finger issue. When the embouchure is mush, it's embouchure. With articulation, unless you're seeing massive amounts of tongue movement down here, a lot of issues involve, problems are anchor tonguing and things of that nature. Students learn over the years to somehow mask that, especially when they're not asked to play particularly fast passages. So if a band director or clarinet instructor isn't listening properly for it, these problems might go unnoticed, or other priorities come higher, and the articulation aspect of things doesn't quite get hit as soon as it should. And again, I went through this as a young player, even though I was taking lessons from the time I was in 5th grade all the way through high school. So the fix for this is, I would encourage you all, I can't go through, due to the limits of time, every aspect of this, but I would encourage you to look into the name of Daniel Bernard, who was a very fine clarinetist and teacher. A student of his, Larry Guy, published a book with a collection of Bernard's teaching methods, and articulation is one chapter of many. It's an excellent volume. I highly recommend it. But if you look in there, you can find more of what it is that we're going to discuss here. So the opening theme in the first 4 measures of the first movement is filled with accent, staccato articulation, syncopated rhythms that present challenges. But in order to break down and refine the articulation method that I want to discuss today, I'm going to move over and look at 2 measures, the 3rd and 4th measures of letter C, simple 8th note patterns. Played properly, the student needs to realize that the motion of the tongue is not to punch the reed, but actually to remove the tongue from the reed. And this is something that Bernard goes into great length with. But again, I'll say the purpose of the tongue is to stop the vibrations of the reed and come off of the reed, just a very small bit. The method for first getting this across is to simply start with the tip of the tongue on the tip of the reed and blow air through the horn, like this. Okay? A lot of younger students will actually stop that reed and cannot get the reed, get any air through the mouthpiece. We're just stopping the reed from vibrating. So the next step in this process is to play half note rest, half note rest, half note, like this. Tip of the tongue on the tip of the reed, getting the tongue back to the reed. That's what gives us our separation. A lot of times you'll hear younger students play a passage like this, something like, four different breaths. The only difference between this and is that I'm stopping, I'm moving the tongue on and off the reed. It's the same air column, and that's the key point that needs to be, that I need to drive home here with you today. So briefly, Bonnard's exercises concern a number of steps that I'm going over very briefly, but they are, again, starting on an open G, which is the least amount of resistance, and working your way down a scale like this. And continuing down to the low register, starting on the open G and working your way by quarter notes up to a middle G, and then repeating that shorter notes. Okay, so now I'd like to play the first four measures of Arnold's Divertimento with accents, with staccatos, and note the length of the staccato, and you should be able to hear the tongue getting back to the reed.